Most people don't lose because they're weak. They lose because they play fair in environments that never were. They react, they explain, they wait for decency to save them. And that's exactly why they get outmaneuvered. This world doesn't punish manipulation, it punishes blindness. And if you stay blind long enough, even good intentions become liabilities. Tonight, we're not talking about becoming ruthless. We're talking about becoming unreadable. Because once you see how power actually moves, you stop bleeding energy to people who know exactly how to drain it. Why good people keep losing without knowing why. Most people believe bad behavior is obvious. They think danger looks loud, aggressive, and emotional. That belief is what makes them vulnerable. In real life, the people who cause the most damage are calm. They don't shout. They don't threaten. They don't look dangerous. They look reasonable. They smile. They listen. They let you speak first. While you are explaining yourself, they are watching you. They are learning how fast you react. They are learning what upsets you. They are learning where you hesitate. This is why good people keep losing without understanding how. They assume everyone plays by the same rules. They assume honesty protects them. They assume fairness will balance things out. But the environment they are in does not reward fairness. It rewards awareness. The world does not punish manipulation. It punishes naivety. That truth is uncomfortable. But ignoring it does not make you moral, it makes you predictable. This is what Niccolò Machiavelli understood long ago. He was not teaching people to be cruel, he was teaching people to stop being blind. He saw that power rarely attacks directly, it positions itself quietly. The most dangerous people do not confront your strength, they move around it. They wait for you to lower your guard. They let you believe things are fine. They allow you to assume good intentions. Then they act when it costs you the most to respond. Good people struggle because they are principled without strategy. They are honest without awareness. They are decent in environments that reward timing, leverage, and perception. So when something feels wrong, they search for misunderstanding. They replay conversations. They look for clarity. They try to explain themselves better. Meanwhile, the other person is already moving forward. This is the trap. While you are asking, why would they do this? They are asking, what happens next? Dirty players do not need to lie loudly. They just need you to delay. They rely on your belief that things will fix themselves. They rely on your discomfort with conflict. They rely on your need to be seen as fair. And while you are deciding how to respond properly, they are already winning. This does not mean you should become aggressive. It means you must become aware. Because refusing to see manipulation does not make you noble. It makes you easy to manage. The moment you understand this, something shifts. You stop taking things personally. You stop rushing to react. You stop assuming shared values. You begin to observe instead of explain. And observation is where power begins. Stop guessing intentions. Start watching incentives. Most people try to understand others by asking one dangerous question: what did they mean? This question feels intelligent, but it leads you in the wrong direction. Meaning is hidden. Incentives are visible. People do not act based on what sounds right. They act based on what benefits them. Someone who plays dirty does not wake up thinking, how can I hurt someone today? They think, what works for me right now? That difference matters more than morality. When you focus on intention, you study tone, words, and emotion. You look for sincerity. You look for consistency in what they say. Meanwhile, the other person is watching results. They are tracking leverage. They are measuring timing. They are seeing how much they can gain. This mismatch is where manipulation happens. This is why Niccolò Machiavelli warned people not to judge behavior by appearances. He understood that behavior follows reward, not virtue. People repeat what works, they stop what costs them, and they justify everything in between. If patience benefits them, they encourage patience. If confusion protects them, clarity never arrives. If your silence helps them, they praise restraint. Good people miss this because they assume harm must come from bad intent. So when something feels wrong, they search for misunderstanding. They replay conversations. They try to explain themselves better. They assume honesty will fix things. Dirty players count on this delay. While you are asking, why did they do that? They are asking, what happens if this continues? Here is the sharper question you must learn to ask. What do they gain if I believe this? This question cuts through performance. If someone benefits from your trust, they will act trustworthy. If someone benefits from your doubt, they will stay vague. If someone benefits from delay, they will never rush answers. Once you start watching incentives patterns appear quickly, you notice who cooperates only when watched. You notice who becomes unclear when accountability gets close. You notice who talks about fairness only when they are ahead. You notice who suddenly becomes moral when consequences appear. None of this requires confrontation. It requires silence and observation. Machiavelli warned that reacting too fast teaches others how to control you. When you react emotionally, you reveal what matters to you. When you demand explanations, you reveal uncertainty. When you seek reassurance, you reveal dependence. People who play dirty remember all of this. Instead, let behavior continue long enough to expose direction. Watch what stays consistent when pressure, praise, and politeness disappear. Incentives do not lie, they repeat. And when you see them clearly, something powerful happens. You stop feeling attacked. You stop feeling confused. You stop feeling emotional. You feel informed, and information creates calm. You stop arguing motives. You stop debating fairness. You quietly adjust access and position. This is not suspicion. This is accuracy. You are no longer guessing who someone is. You are watching what rewards their behavior. And once you do that, manipulation loses its grip. Control access before you try to control results. Most people try to fix problems at the surface. They argue decisions, they debate outcomes, they negotiate final results. By the time they do this, the real game is already over. Power is decided earlier, at the level of access. Access means who gets your time, who gets your attention, who gets emotional closeness to you. Most people treat access as something casual. They stay available to be polite. They respond quickly to avoid tension. They remain present because they fear looking difficult. But access is not neutral. Every time someone has easy access to you, they collect information. They learn your tone. They learn your stress points. They learn how you react under pressure. People who play dirty understand this very well. They do not rush to control outcomes. They slowly normalize closeness. Frequent messages, casual check-ins, unnecessary conversations, emotional sharing that feels like bonding. None of this is random. Lower access cost makes pressure easier later. This is why Niccolò Machiavelli believed people treat you based on how reachable you are, not how valuable you are. When access is constant, respect fades. When access requires intention, behavior sharpens. Many people believe being available keeps them relevant. In reality, it keeps them exposed. Dirty players rely on your discomfort with boundaries. They frame distance as coldness. They suggest openness equals confidence. This is an illusion. Real confidence does not require constant engagement. Real strength does not need constant explanation. You do not need to confront people to change this. You simply adjust availability. Shorter replies, less emotional processing in public, fewer unnecessary conversations, no announcements, no justifications. This small shift does something powerful. Others are forced to self-regulate. When access is no longer automatic, people prepare better. They become clearer. They reveal priorities faster. Some adapt respectfully. Some become impatient. Some push harder. All of these reactions give you information. Another important form of access is emotional access. Once someone enters your emotional state, their influence multiplies. Your reactions become predictable. Your energy becomes easy to pull. Machiavelli would tell you to guard emotional access more than information. You can replace facts. You cannot take back exposed triggers. This does not mean emotional suppression. It means emotional privacy. You do not vent upward. You do not process while being watched. You do not resolve internally in public. When emotions stay contained, decisions stay yours. Access control is not punishment. It is filtration. Those who respect boundaries earn proximity. Those who push reveal intent. When you decide who gets access, when and how deeply, outcomes stop surprising you. You are no longer pulled into situations. You step into them prepared. Stay unfinished and let others reveal themselves. Most people feel uncomfortable when things are unclear. They want conversations to end cleanly. They want to be understood. They want closure. This urge feels healthy, but it is dangerous. When you rush to finish an interaction, you give away power. People who play dirty depend on your need for resolution. They create just enough tension to make you uncomfortable. Then they wait for you to explain, clarify, or reassure. And when you do that, you expose yourself. You reveal what matters to you. You reveal where you feel unsure. You reveal how invested you are. This is why Niccolò Machiavelli restraint over explanation. He understood something most people miss. People talk the most when they are unsure. When you do not rush to respond, others fill the silence. They explain more than necessary. They justify actions you never questioned. They reveal intentions without being asked. Silence creates pressure. Pressure creates mistakes. Staying unfinished does not mean being passive. It means choosing when clarity serves you. If someone misunderstands you and that misunderstanding does not hurt your position, let it sit. Do not rush to correct it. Their next move will tell you everything. If the confusion was innocent, behavior will stay respectful. If the confusion benefits them, they will exploit it. One moment reveals nothing. Patterns reveal everything. Most people lose information because they close loops too early. They rush to play attention. They rush to defend their image. They rush to be seen accurately. Dirty players exploit this by misinterpreting on purpose. They know you will correct them, and in correcting them, you reveal priorities and limits. When you stay unfinished, something important happens internally. You keep flexibility. You do not lock yourself into a position too early. You do not have to defend a public stance. You can reassess quietly. Once you declare certainty, changing direction becomes costly. Staying unfinished keeps your options open. There is also a psychological effect on others. People who are used to control feel unsettled when they cannot read you. They push for answers. They demand timelines. They frame delay as weakness. This discomfort is not about clarity. It is about lost leverage. They want you to commit so they can react. When you refuse to rush, they are forced to move first, and whoever moves first reveals position. This does not mean never resolving anything. It means resolving on your terms. Closure should be strategic, not emotional. You do not owe immediate answers. You do not owe full transparency. You do not owe emotional completion. When you let situations breathe, people show who they are without pressure. And when they do, you no longer need explanations. You have evidence. Neutrality is protection. Emotion is exposure. Most people believe showing emotion makes them real. They think emotion proves honesty. In reality, emotion reveals position. Every emotional reaction tells others where to press. Frustration shows where pressure works. Defensiveness shows insecurity. Excitement shows desire. Anger shows loss of control. People who play dirty are not looking for truth. They are looking for reaction points. Once they find them, influence becomes easy. This is why Niccolò Machiavelli believed emotional restraint was a form of strength. Neutrality is not indifference. It is discipline. You can care deeply without displaying it. You can feel strongly without advertising where. When your reactions are controlled, others lose direction. They test, they exaggerate, they escalate, not because they are confident, but because they are unsure. The person who reveals less controls the pace. The person who reveals more chases stability. This is where power quietly shifts. Neutrality also blocks labels. When you react emotionally, others define you. Sensitive, difficult, uncooperative, labels stick when emotion supports them. Neutral behavior starves labels of energy. Another benefit of neutrality is clarity. When emotions are paused, perception sharpens. You notice inconsistencies, you see timing changes, you observe what matches actions and what doesn't. Machiavelli understood this separation. Feelings are not removed, they are delayed. Delay protects choice. Many people confuse emotional honesty with instant expression. People who manipulate encourage this belief. Instant expression creates predictability. Predictability simplifies control. Neutrality breaks that pattern. This does not mean being cold or robotic. It means responding in proportion. Calm when agitation is expected. Steady when reassurance is demanded. Minimal when explanation is pressured. These mismatches force others to adjust. Watch how people behave when they cannot provoke reaction. Some become respectful, some lose interest, some become reckless. Each response gives you information. Over time, neutrality changes reputation. Your words carry more weight. Silence feels intentional. Presence feels grounded. People approach you more carefully. They prepare better. They test less. Not because you demanded respect, but because uncertainty creates it. Many people fear neutrality will make them seem distant. People who play dirty depend on that fear. In truth, uncontrolled emotion serves observers more than participants. What you protect cannot be used against you. Neutrality also buys time without appearing evasive. You are not refusing. You are processing. You are not disengaging. You are observing. This keeps decisions yours. When neutrality becomes habit, manipulation becomes expensive. The effort rises, the reward drops. Eventually, people stop trying. And that is the quiet victory. Step out of straight-line thinking. Most people see conflict as a straight path. Something happens, they respond, it gets resolved. This way of thinking feels logical, but it is limiting. People who play dirty do not think in straight lines, they think in layers. While you are focused on the moment, they are changing the situation around it. This is why smart people still get outplayed. They respond correctly to the problem in front of them without noticing that the problem itself was designed to trap them. This is something Niccolò Machiavelli understood clearly. He knew that the strongest move is often not direct. Instead of answering, you reposition. Instead of arguing, you change context. Instead of reacting, you shift timing. People who think in straight lines chase the issue. People who think strategically outgrow it. For example, when someone pressures you in public, the real issue is not the accusation. It is the audience. Defending yourself strengthens their frame. Changing the setting dissolves it. Dirty players rely on your willingness to play the game they present. When you refuse, their advantage disappears. Straight-line thinking also creates urgency. You feel you must answer now, decide now, react now, react now. Urgency shortens vision. Machiavelli saw urgency as a tool, not a rule. Whoever controls timing controls outcome. When you slow down or move sideways, pressure loses shape. Others are forced to adapt, and adaptation reveals intent. Another trap of straight-line thinking is moral order. You expect fairness first, clarity second, outcome last. People who play dirty reverse this. They secure the outcome first. They justify later. They let morality follow. This does not mean you copy them. It means you recognize the pattern. When you insist on clean logic in a dirty environment, you become predictable. Breaking straight lines does not mean avoiding responsibility. It means choosing where and how you engage. You can answer later. You can respond through another channel. You can let consequences appear somewhere else. These moves confuse people who want direct control. They cannot anchor you. They cannot script you. Strategic positioning allows you to win without confrontation. Sometimes the environment changes so much that opposition fades without a fight. This is the highest form of control. Most people fight on the board they are given. Strategic thinkers redesign the board. When you stop moving in straight lines, you stop being dragged. You stop confusing speed with strength. You stop mistaking reaction for power. And once you step outside linear thinking, the game becomes optional. Use absence as a form of power. Most people believe being present makes them important. so they stay visible, they stay available, they stay reachable at all times. Without realizing it, they weaken their position. When something is always available, it loses weight. When access is guaranteed, attention fades. Power grows in contrast, not consistency. This is why Niccolò Machiavelli understood the value of withdrawal, not disappearance. Controlled absence. Strategic absence means choosing when not to engage. You do not announce it. You do not explain it. You simply step back. Silence creates space. Space creates focus. When you remove yourself calmly, something interesting happens. People notice the gap. They begin to think about you more, not less. They wonder. They reassess. Humans react more strongly to loss than to availability. What feels guaranteed is ignored. What feels uncertain gains gravity. This is not manipulation. It is positioning. Those who fear being forgotten stay visible. Those who understand value allow mystery. When you are not constantly present, your return carries weight. Your words feel deliberate. Your presence feels chosen. Silence unsettles people who rely on predictability. Some grow respectful. Some grow anxious. Some reveal dependence. Each reaction tells you something. This principle applies everywhere. At work, absence shows whether you were necessary or merely convenient. In relationships, it reveals who values you beyond access. In social circles, it exposes who only engages when you provide energy. Many people make one mistake. They withdraw emotionally while staying physically present. This creates tension and resentment. True absence is clean. No emotional residue. No punishment, no passive aggression. You simply reclaim your time and attention. Attention is a resource. Resources gain value when they are not free. Those who benefited from you will feel the shift immediately. Those who did not value you will barely notice, and now you know the difference. Strategic absence also benefits you. Distance sharpens perception. You see patterns you missed before. You observe instead of absorb. You stop chasing validation. You stop correcting misunderstandings. You stop explaining choices, not because you are cold, but because you are centered. When you return, if you choose to, you do so with intention, not urgency. Remember this. Constant presence becomes invisible. Uncontrolled availability becomes noise, but absence, used wisely, becomes pressure. And pressure reshapes power without words. Own the frame, own the outcome. People don't argue facts, they argue meanings. Whoever defines the context controls perception. Whoever controls perception controls judgment. Never defend yourself inside a frame you didn't choose. Defense accepts the premise. Powerful people don't clarify, they behave consistently until interpretation adapts. Composure reframes faster than words. Silence reframes faster than explanations. Whoever explains is already reacting. Whoever reacts is already behind. You didn't feel a surge of anger while listening to this. You felt steadier. That's how real power enters, quietly. You're not becoming cruel. You're becoming precise. Your words will become fewer. Your presence rarer. Your positioning undeniable. Let them misread you. Let them underestimate your silence. Because while they guess, you move. Power isn't aggression, it's clarity. And once you understand that you're no longer reacting to the game, you're shaping the board.